Good evening. Welcome to the regular scheduled City Council and City Success Agency meeting for July 11th, 2024. Invocation will be led by Vida Baron and Pledge of Allegiance. I'll have Frank, can you lead the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you.
Heavenly Father, we ask for your guidance as we meet this evening to conduct the city's business. May we be blessed in the knowledge of your truth and sanctified in the observance of just laws. Let your Spirit come upon us in our effort to hear others with open hearts and minds, ensuring that our decisions this evening will be in the best interest of our city and its citizens. Amen.
Please place your hand over your heart, and let's begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. Roll call, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll call?
Council and Agency Member Barrows is noted absent for the record. Council and Agency Member Johnson.
Present.
Council and Agency Member Yokoyama.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem and Vice Chair Vo.
Present.
Mayor and Chair Solanki.
Present. And I'd like to make a motion to excuse Councilman Barrows for absent.
I'll second that.
You need a roll call.
We can take a roll call vote on that. Council Agency Member Johnson.
Aye.
Council Agency Member Yokoyama.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem and Vice Chair Vo.
Aye.
Mayor and Chair Solanki.
Aye.
The motion passes by a vote of 4-0.
Thank you. The next item we have a presentation, but I think we do not have anything tonight, do we?
No, but
I'm sorry. We're done with the roll call. So before I go to number 5, we need to discuss about the item 8A. Mr. Bill Urquhart, can you please give a report on that?
Sure. Thank you, Mayor and members of the council. Regarding public hearing item number 8A, after consultation with the city manager, myself, the city attorney, and the director of community development, it is recommended to pull off the agenda for tonight's consideration public hearing item number 8A regarding a proposed amendments to the Art in Public Places Ordinance and related fees schedule, such that this item will not be called for discussion, consideration, or action. It is also recommended that this item is not continued to a date certain, and if this item is brought back to council, the item and its public hearing will be renoticed and republished in accordance with applicable laws. If any member of the public in council chambers this evening came to speak on this item, please note, as I just mentioned, it has been recommended to be pulled and not for consideration by the council, but comments in general may be made during agenda item number 6, public comments and suggestions. The City Council received a communication that has led to the recommendation to pull this item because the letter raised the legal ability to address the proposed amended ordinance and fees therein, and more time is needed to review by myself and city staff. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, with that, next item is a presentation. I don't think we have anything. Madam Clerk, do we have anything on 5A?
There are no presentations this evening, Honorable
you.
Mayor and members of the City Council.
Next item is the public hearing. Like to just remind all the attendants, thank you for attending tonight's meeting. State law, our local rules do not support the use of profanity, hateful speech, or conduct that disturbs the conduct of this city business meeting. If necessary, I will issue an initial warning and call for the recess to restore order. After that, the chambers may be cleared if disturbance continue. Next, I will call upon the speaker, Vanessa Ijaik.
Good evening, Cerritos Council. My name is Vanessa Ijike, and I proudly represent Assemblywoman Sharon Quirk-Silva's district office as a summer intern. Today, I'm here alongside my senior field representative, Joe Pack. On behalf of the Assemblywoman, I am delighted to extend an invitation to attend our upcoming free Community Resource Fair Festival. This event is scheduled to take place at the Hunt Library in Fullerton on Saturday, July 13th from 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. This fair promises to be a vibrant gathering featuring a diverse array of vendors and stations. Each participant is dedicated to providing essential resources and information that will greatly benefit our residents. From health and wellness services to education opportunities and local business showcases, rest assured that there will be something for everyone. And don't forget to bring your children too, as there are an assortment of fun activities set for them as well. The fair will also be partnering with the offices of a few notable state representatives, including State Senator Tom Umberg, State Senator Joss Newman, and of course, Assemblywoman Sharon Quirk-Silva herself. This is a fantastic opportunity for you to engage with constituents, learn about the various services our region has to offer, and show your support for local initiatives. Your presence will be deeply appreciated and strengthen the collaboration and unity of our community. We eagerly await your attendance at this event and are excited for you to see the incredible work being done by the various organizations and people who inhabit the very spirit that makes our community so special. We hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I have Joe Pack.
Honorable Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and council members, and city staff. My name is Joe Pack. I'm a senior field rep for Assemblymember Sharon Quirk-Silva, as Vanessa mentioned. I just wanted to say that just because we have a community resource fair in Fullerton doesn't mean that we don't have anything planned here. To be frank, we are planning a small business forum right here in the city of Cerritos at the City Library Skyline Room. Thanks to the city staff, I really appreciate it, on August 16th. At this event, we are going to have Governor Scobie's representative to come and speak as a keynote speaker. The CELACO will be also presented, and there are Small Business Development Center in both LA and Orange County will also participate. And on top of that, we will also have educational forum at one of the high schools in Cerritos, in the ABC USD, to talk about education issues. As assembly member, is a 30-year teacher herself from the Fullerton. She's very interested, or no, very concerned, and very much into education. So we're going to have two outstanding events, one in August and one in September. I just wanted to inform you that, so that Assemblyman always ask me to pay a lot of attention to the city of Cerritos. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Joe. Next, I have is Al.
Hi, my name is Al, and I'm not just a Zionist, I'm a very proud Zionist. I'd rather be tonight at the park for the Concert at the Park series, but fighting anti-Semitism is far more important, which is why I'm here, unfortunately. The last city council, the council made it very clear that they're not interested in passing a ceasefire resolution. Yet the racist pro-Hamas anti-Semites are still coming here. You can see them in the audience because they're very passionate about their goal. And the goal is, make no mistake, it's not about the ceasefire resolution. It's about perpetrating a second Holocaust. That's what they're interested in. They tell us that they're only interested in murdering all the Jews that are in Israel, the 7 million Jews. But 2 weeks ago, they exposed themselves and revealed what their true intention is, and that is to murder all 15 million Jews. 2 weeks ago, they blocked and rioted a synagogue in Los Angeles, and then afterwards, they went and protested against the city of Los Angeles that proposed to increase funding to protect Jews, to protect synagogues, because they're against the concept of Jews protecting themselves. Now, I want to make it clear that I'm not against ceasefire. In fact, can I have this passed to the 5 council members, please? This is an original draft of the Huntington Park City Council ceasefire resolution, which I would actually support because it calls for an end of Hamas's rule and for Hamas to release all the hostages, so it's great. However, those racist pro-Hamas anti-Semites, they came and complained that the resolution was not racist enough, and the Huntington Park City Council actually added racist language to the resolution. They called the war in Gaza a genocide. How offensive. This is not a genocide. This is Jews protecting themselves against a second Holocaust. That's what it is. Sure, there are 38,000 casualties on the Palestinian side, but we know that roughly 40% of them are Hamas members, and the other 60% are not necessarily innocent. We know that civilians have been holding hostages and collaborating with Hamas. So I say to send a stronger message to the racist pro-Hamas anti-Semites that Cerritos rejects Hamas would be to pass a resolution saying that Jews have a right to defend themselves. I think that will send a message for those racist pro-Hamas anti-Semites to stop coming here. Because just telling them that Cerritos is not interested in passing a ceasefire resolution is not strong enough. They're still here. They won't leave. So what we want for them is to just basically go home, and they're not wanted here because they support rape. Thank you.
Next, I have Maha Afra.
Good evening, everybody. We are here again, to question why you have not put a ceasefire resolution on your agenda yet. Are you a fascist, a KKK, white boys, Hindutva, Christian Zionist, Jewish Zionist, a Zionist, or simply a racist who suffers from Arab, Palestinian, Muslim hate? Are you a coward who cannot face the accountability of being instrumental in the genocide of 186,000 humans per the Lancet Medical Journal, and with at least 20,000 humans still under the rubble? I am done talking about Zionism and Zeo-Nazis because they are terrorists, supremacists, and liars. Plus, thanks to Posterman and his posters, plus his homies, the whisperer who utters random whatever under his breath, or little lady claiming she is scared of us while she is the one murdering us, then the laughing ones thinking they can intimidate us, you have a live version of what Zionists look, sound, behave like. This is about you. Are you being paid by these goons or blackmailed, Epstein, Maxwell style? Are you anti-Semitic because Palestinians are the real Semites? Proven scientifically. Accountability or karma will come to you in different ways or forms. You and yours will be paying for your crimes because you are committing crimes. May the murdered humans' faces and souls haunt you forever. May your descendants be ashamed of you and deny you. Councilman Naresh, Councilman Bruce told you last time that it is time to consider a ceasefire resolution. We all heard it. And you shut him out. How much are you paid to do that? I hope it is worth selling your soul. By the way, you are not doing us a favor. You are doing yourself a favor by doing your job with integrity and truth. It is Palestine and will always be Palestine. Free Palestine.
Next, I have Margaret Villa.
For 9 months, to be exact, we have come here and we are subjected to listening to Mr. Frank Yokoyama gaslight us about President Biden over and over again for the last 8 months that I've been coming here. And all the other selected figureheads, as well as you, Linda. You too speak of your previous employer, Janice Hahn, when there is nothing positive to say about her. Mayor, I owe you an apology. Kudos to you. You publicly asked for a vote once upon a time, and I was firm. I said, I don't remember that. I've been there every time. I don't recall it. When did it happen? And I know why it happened, and I know why I don't recall it. It's because your staff here needs some better communication skills. Because when you frickin' asked for a vote, nobody said nothing. You stood there with your eyes bowed. You just like all in silent. You, Linda, you, Frank. It's shameful. Not even, that's why I yelled from over here. I said, what is it? We couldn't hear because they said nothing. I had to go back and listen to the video myself. There was nothing. So maybe we can, I don't know, brush up on the communication skills. You also, Mayor, Mr. Yokoyama, has said out loud, I quote, have the courage, you addressed the previous mayor, have the courage to do the right thing, to stop cutting the audio, to stop cutting the video. But now you show to have lack of courage yourself. Your absence of courage, your absence of strength, and this is directly, I know I'm speaking to you, Mayor, but this is to you, Linda, and you, Frank. Your absence of strength, this applies to, well, never mind. I'll eliminate that. You're all normalizing an annihilation. You two both sat there like bookends. I watched that video and I was embarrassed for you guys. So unprofessional. Tonight I'm asking you, Mayor, and like I said, I apologize tonight that I doubted you when you said there was a vote before, and now I know why I didn't catch on. It'll take 6 seconds to ask for that vote once again. Perhaps these two have had a difference of opinion, a change of heart toward peace and dignity for all mankind.
Next, I have Emmanuel Ranquillo.
Good evening, City Council. My name is Emmanuel, and I've lived in Cerritos for most of my life. I attended Whitney and received a really wonderful education there that I owe a lot for. In fact, it's through Whitney and through my education there that I learned the importance of being involved in local government and being involved in what your country and your community is doing. In fact, the first protest that I ever went to was actually here in the City Council. Several years ago, Councilmember Yokoyama was almost being cheated out of a council member position, and I came here with the Filipino community and other members of the community, sat right there. A 13-year-old boy who didn't know what was initially going on, but learned the importance of standing up and speaking up about what's right. How disappointed I was to learn that at the last City Council meeting, it was proposed to add the ceasefire resolution on the agenda, and then nobody spoke up for it. There's been so much aggression and tension and anger in this hall, and I'd like to point out that much of it comes unprovoked. You claim that we need to keep this environment safe and keep the name calling safe, and yet people here asking very clearly about what we're asking for, just a simple ceasefire resolution, a statement. I understand that you don't have the power to make Biden do anything. I understand what level of government we're on, but there's a reason that cities are making ceasefire resolutions. It's a statement, it's a declaration of your values, of your integrity, of your desire for peace and your desire to spare innocent lives. We're very clear about that, and here's the secret. If you pass a ceasefire resolution, we're done. That's it. I know that the City Council the realm of your jurisdiction is just here. That's why we're being very deliberate about what we're asking for. Just a statement to the community that we are not here and do not approve of senseless violence. A statement to the greater California, to the United States, that this city does not approve of the senseless and needless bombing. I would much rather spend our tax dollars on things that we need in our community. Instead, we're funding billions, with a B, that unfathomable number, to a foreign power to support their genocide. I don't want that. Nobody here wants that. And I trust, genuinely, I trust that none of you want that as well. And I understand that there's these weird political tensions about whether or not you should say something about it. But I implore you, please, as a longtime citizen here, as honestly a young person who's been very excited to be involved in local politics and action, to make change. And I know that you all have that in you, that integrity, those values. All we're asking is a statement. All we're asking is a declaration that this community, which does stand for peace, which does stand for a safe environment, and I know that because I've grown up here, and I know that the people who've grown up here, and I know that we do not stand for it. So all I ask is that you make that ceasefire resolution, agendize it. Let's make this a discussion. Free Palestine. Thank you.
Michelle Diaz.
Hello, Council. My name is Michael Diaz. I'm here again. Also to share with you guys, I'm kind of like upset at myself that I missed the last meeting. I try to make it as much as I can, but really, like, I'm not just disappointed at you guys, but I'm disappointed at myself. So, but yeah, and I'm back again, and I'm just gonna continue to be super real as I can, be with you guys, and beg pretty much for you guys to just put a ceasefire resolution on the agenda. Simply stated, that's my consistent ask. And also, I'll take the rest of my time to share that, like, it really is ridiculous that, like, people are coming to speak on this topic. And, like, again, being super real with you guys, in the context of this specific topic and the situation, being real with you, like, this doesn't even really matter anymore at this level, asking for a ceasefire resolution. We've been talking about over the last 9 months and about the genocide and ethnic cleansing that's been going on in Palestine, and not only for the past 9 months, but for over the past 75 years. And the people on the side that I am on, trying to inform the other people who aren't as informed on it, have taken the time to be as detailed, as thorough, as accurate as they can be, and tactful too, because we understand that we're up against pretty hard situations. I don't even know how to state that differently, but yeah, straight up. And I see people on the other side straight up just go to, like, throwing out the term racist and, like, nonchalantly. And anyone who can have a, like, brain, and I don't mean to come off as rude, seriously, but, like, genuinely, I believe that people who can think critically can understand that that does not make sense, and they can compare the two. And I am generalizing a little bit, but I ask you to just think for yourselves and really look at the situations you've observed for yourselves from your positions and this side. Seriously. And that's all I'm asking. Just really think about that. Because like I've said, again, I understand in the context of this situation that you guys calling for a ceasefire resolution is kind of past the point. And honestly, it is within your better interest to make a pretty firm stance on this issue, because you can look at the global situation and how much people on the other side who are trying to uphold the false narrative of Israel not being a genocidal, ethnic cleansing, apartheid, colonial state, they're backtracking. They're literally, you can look this up. There's multiple instances and examples of this throughout the global media that you can account to over the past 9 months. And different instances of global powers and government boards taking firm stances on separating themselves and isolating Israel as a global power. And you can refer to the South African apartheid state as an example of that too. Thank you.
Next, I have Sam Desai.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, Council Member, staff, friends. My name is Sam Desai. I'm a resident of Cerritos. First of all, I want to say thank you to the mayor, the council, and the city staff for Liberty Park. We have 2 new pickleball courts. Now we have 5. Amazing. And, you know, when you want something done super fast, it does happen. So thank you. Just a couple of recommendations, like, as we know, sprinkler system, it's new, it's getting some water, plus there are a lot of pedestrians and cyclists and our pickleball players, and we have a lot of kids getting involved and seniors. When they hit it, we don't want the ball to hit the pedestrians. Maybe we can do a fence around that. That would be amazing. It's just a recommendation because we are also looking at the future planning for the parks. You know, kids are getting involved, seniors are already here, and for park planning, for safety and all these observations, seniors are here. Please talk to the seniors who are involved. You know, more and more kids are involved, right? They're coming, cyclists are coming. So it's a win-win for all age groups to enhance our pickleball. Moving on, you know, Cerritos East, Heritage, make a decision. Wildlife and pet safety. I want to be a volunteer. I've been waiting for over, and I don't want to count months, but it has been months. And please do, Mayor, something about volunteer follow-up. We want to do something. You know, I know it's a dicey situation, but if you really want something done, you can get that done for us, right? So please, it would be amazing. Focus on diversity. We have communications, make it a priority. We need to talk about what residents want. And cutting down 3 minutes, you know, it's challenging. So please give us more. 5 minutes are needed. Thank you for removing 8A, proposed art public spaces. We can now, we appreciate the opportunity to address these matters comprehensively. And a special request, Mayor and Council, to remove consent calendar item 7E regarding the award at Heritage Park, Park Island renovation for a community input tonight. These are the considerations. All we need is you to give us a chance for some community input, and thank you and have a beautiful summer.
Thank you. Robert, yeah, the Liberty Park, those courts gets lots of water. I saw it, and I don't know whether we need to adjust the sprinkler system, and about the safety, if we can come up with some kind of fencing, smaller, you know, around there.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, our public works staff will take a look at the irrigation, and then we'll, we can, if there's interest, study a barrier of some sort.
Okay, thank you. Next I have is Krisha Vallejo.
Hello, all. So like a lot of the other speakers before me, I also saw that recording from the previous council meeting, and I hate to say it, but I feel immense disappointment. I've been having a lot of faith in this council to, you know, still change. People in Palestine have every right to lose their faith in us after, you know, it feels like we've been failing them month after month after month. But you know what, I won't give up on them, and I refuse to. I may need to take a step away every now and then, but honestly, they don't even have a choice at all. So us, our group, we will not let up, same as I won't give up on them. I also won't give up on y'all. Also, I saw that there was a memorial in Montebello for the Armenian genocide. I was driving past, and you know what, that really kind of strained my heart, you know, because I thought of the city council and the rest of the American government, how the Armenian genocide was ignored for decades, and how now we only see memorials about it. It's like as if, like, are y'all already allocating a budget setting aside for a Palestinian memorial when you finally choose to recognize that genocide after it's far, far too late? It's not too late now. And I just wanted to clarify that, this whole ordeal has to do with public safety as well. Those violent protesters that they're talking about, that's not the truth. Also, I've seen billboards calling for protection from anti-Semitism. First of all, Israeli violence against Palestine is the true anti-Semitism. And here in America, I have not seen a single act of violence from Palestinian Americans against Jewish people. But I have seen dozens of Zionist violence against Palestinian Americans and peaceful protesters. Murders, attempts to drown them. Imagine that being us. You're concerned about us being here at every single council meeting, but imagine if one day we don't show up because that happened to us.
Please do not disturb the speaker while they're speaking. Thank you.
Because of the complacent government example we're setting without a ceasefire resolution that you're setting. It's so easy, just a simple call for resolution to be put on the agenda. We're gonna keep coming, and seriously, it's all we ask. Thank you.
Okay. Is there any other public speaker who would like to speak on this item? Madam Clerk, would you please?
Thank you. Honorable Mayor, members of the City Council, prior to the meeting, the council and agency received full text, unredacted copies of the one written comment submitted for this meeting by the deadline listed on the agenda. Requests for copies of written comments can be made to the Office of the City Clerk Treasurer during regular business hours. Thank you.
Thank you. So this time I will close the public comment. Okay, sorry. Come on in.
Hello, I have a question. Do you care about the homeless in the city? Do you care about wage gaps? Do you care about livable wages? Do you care about reducing inflation and combating climate change? If you do, then you should pass a ceasefire resolution, because this ceasefire resolution not only ends a genocide that has been killing innocent kids and innocent people for 9 months, it also saved our tax money. It redacts the tax money that every person pays in this city from going to a genocide. We are paying. We, the people, are complicit because you refuse to pass a ceasefire. Every single one of us, even when we don't want to, we are involved. This is why you should care. This is why every city should pass a ceasefire resolution. I don't want my tax dollars going to a genocide, going and paying for a genocidal country. I don't want my money to have blood, to have innocent blood on it. There are babies beheaded. We have seen videos. I don't know if you've seen a single video coming out. I don't think you are. I don't think you're watching. There are babies without their heads. There are fathers holding their babies in plastic bags. Have you seen a single video? I have seen a man flattened by an Israeli tank. You can't even notice it was a human until you saw his hand zip-tied. This is a genocide. Not only did they bomb and kill them, they are starving them. They are displacing them, millions. And then in the West Bank, they are incarcerating them and torturing them. You know, in Israel, the people are protesting against Netanyahu so that he stops the genocide. The people are not even with him. So what are you fighting for? What is he fighting for? He doesn't even know. The people don't want the genocide to continue over there. So why aren't we stopping sending our money? We could fix the homelessness. It is cheaper to end homelessness in America. $90 billion to end homelessness. But we send hundreds of billions of dollars to fund a genocide. I do not want to be complicit because you do not have a moral value. We do not want to be complicit because you don't care. We're the ones watching the video. Watch one video coming out of Palestine. Watch one video coming out of kids beheaded. Does a kid know what terrorist is, what politics is? No, it's a kid. They're kids, and they're dying by our money that we didn't ask for. I want my money to go to the homeless, to reduce inflation, to combat climate change, not to kill kids. So pass the ceasefire
Thank you.
resolution now.
Your time is up. Thank you. Anyone else like to speak on public speaking items? If it's not, I will close the public comments and suggestion, bring it back for the council. Item number 7 for consent calendar.
Yeah, yes, please. Thank you. Can we please remove item 7G from the consent calendar regarding the approval of the contract with the County of Los Angeles and the City of Cerritos? I know that this is a very important issue to our Cerritos residents and to the City Council. I think it would be great for this item 7G to be reported by city staff to us so that the residents of Cerritos can hear about this 5-year contract. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, can we please pull 7E for a separate discussion?
Okay. So we are pulling 7G and E. Do I have a motion for rest of them?
Move to approve the remainder of the consent calendar.
Second?
Okay. All right, let's bring it back for the 7E. Discussion?
We do have a
Oh,
motion
sorry.
on the
Okay,
floor,
yes.
Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council, on the balance of the consent calendar, and the motion passes by a vote of 4-0. Thank you.
All right, 7E. Discussion?
This would be an opportunity, I guess, for for public comment on this, correct?
Okay. I think you already spoke on this item.
Just for clarification, item 7E is generally allowed to be spoken on during public comments. And so,
You already spoke on public comments, that item.
yeah, but if we're pulling it, I guess, we can speak some more on it, but just to let the audience know, and of course, just to repeat, the writing that's on the agenda is item that's in public comments addresses the consent calendar and anything possibly in closed session. So I just want to let the public know that they were able to speak at the public comment section about items in the 7E or 7G or any of the consent calendar items.
Bill, can you clarify that?
Yes, that's correct. Generally, the public comment period, as item 6 on our agenda, covers the consent calendar items, and it is within the discretion of the council to pull any item either for separate discussion or separate vote or both.
Thank you. Okay, so anything on 7E? Okay, Frank, 7G?
Well, I'm sorry, was there any public comments for 7E?
And there is still a need to actually have a vote on 7E because that was separately pulled and was not approved with the balance of the consent calendar.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve 7E?
I'll move to approve 7E.
Second.
Okay. Uh, 7G, Frank.
Motion passes by a vote of 4-0.
7G, you said you wanted to have an explanation by staff. Go
Yeah,
over.
could we please have staff
Okay.
give the report on 7G, please?
Who's going to go, Daryl or?
Thank you. I'll defer this item, Mayor, to Mr. Evans to go over the contract in brief, and then
Okay.
we can answer any questions.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor Slonky and council members. As mentioned before you is Agenda Report 7G, and that involves the review and consideration to renew a 5-year service agreement between the City of Cerritos and the County of Los Angeles, LA County Sheriff's Department. For those who may not be aware, the city has contracted with the LA County Sheriff's Department ever since the city was incorporated in 1956, and the Sheriff's Department has provided law enforcement services for the city ever since then. Those services are provided via a contract. They're usually in terms of 5 years. The previous 5-year contract with the Sheriff's Department expired on June 30th, 2024. Before you is a new contract that covers the period of July 1, 2024 through June 30th, 2029. It's a 5-year contract. While the scope of the 13-page contract remains largely unchanged, there are some minor additions and clarifying provisions included in the new contract. Those additional language addresses items related to tracking purchase service hours, transparency, how the Sheriff's Department reports to the city, donated equipment, bailment agreements, and indemnification. The LASD also provided the notice that should a city terminate their contract with the Sheriff's Department would provide no services other than that that's required by law. So the contract here before you is pretty much the same as the previous one, except for those conditions. The conditions that changed in the contract don't affect the city of Cerritos. The reporting issues, we do that here with Captain Drew Strong here provides me with lots of reports. These other issues of transparency and doting equipment, that really doesn't impact the city of Cerritos because this sheriff station, unlike any other sheriff station, only serves one city, the city of Cerritos. We don't have county items in here. Every item, every deputy here is purchased by the city through the Sheriff's Department. And so there isn't accounting issues as far as how the minutes are counted and who's providing those minutes. Other sheriff stations have county items. They have contracted items. They have county items that serve county areas, or maybe like the city of Lakewood or Lakewood Sheriff Station. You have the Lakewood Sheriff Station actually providing services to 5 separate cities. That doesn't exist here in the city of Cerritos. So there's no ambiguity, there's no confusion. It's pretty straightforward. And so this contract is like the previous one, except for those points that we mentioned. There is provisions within the contract that should the city elect to sever the contract or end the contract, they can do that on any July with a 180-day notice to the Sheriff's Department. The Sheriff's Department would require 6 months' notice if the city ever wanted to terminate the contract. There's a possibility because they would have to reassign people, reassess what's going on. The city would have to figure out how they were going to provide law enforcement services. But there is a section within the contract that allows the city to terminate service at any time during the year with 6 months' notice. That being said, it's recommended that the City Council approve the Municipal Law Enforcement Services Agreement by and between the County of Los Angeles and the City of Cerritos from July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2029, and authorize the city manager or designee to execute any necessary change orders associated with the Municipal Law Enforcement Services Agreement in accordance with the city's adopted purchasing and contracting policy. That concludes my report. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you very much, Daryl. Is there any questions for council?
Thanks. Thank you for that report, Daryl. I just wanted to thank you for, taking care of public safety in Cerritos, Daryl, as the public safety manager, and Captain Drew Strong wanted to thank you for being our captain. And is there anything that you wanted to add, Captain Strong?
No, sir, just a pleasure to serve you guys. On behalf of Sheriff Robert Luna, thank you.
Thank you. All right, with that, I have 7G motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Okay.
Second.
All right.
And the motion passes by a vote of 4-0.
Okay, thank you. So there is nothing, public hearing under new and old business, we have nothing. Legislative item, do we have anything, Robert?
No, sir, we do not have any items to report under either 10A or 10B.
Okay. Item 11, reports from city manager.
Thank you, sir. No items this evening.
Okay. From city council, I'll start with Frank.
So last month, I and my son Maddox joined Assemblywoman Sharon Quirk-Silva and other elected officials and advocates at her gun violence prevention rally that was held in the city of Buena Park. And also that same weekend, I attended with my family the annual Southeast Japanese School and Community Center Cultural Festival in Ondo that Saturday and Sunday. It was once again an awesome, well-attended event that included other elected officials from the city of Norwalk, as well as the Consul General of Japan, Consul General Sone and his wife. And we also had our school board member, Ernie Nishi, there. And so that was a great, fantastic weekend celebrating the community at the Southeast Japanese School and Community Center in Norwalk, California. This past today, I was able to attend the Valentine Stan Awards just right next door at the Skyline Room of the Cerritos Library. Before today's city council meeting, we were recognizing the high school students who are helping and volunteering their time at our library. For example, the top hours for the year are well over the 100 hours for the year. And the lifetime winner, the lifetime volunteer, top volunteer, volunteered over 240 hours of his time to help our library, our world-renowned library. And it was great that we recognized them at this annual event. And I was reminded that the reason we call it the Valentine Stan Awards is because it's named after our Tyrannosaurus Rex. In the children's section, our Tyrannosaurus Rex, who is named Stan. I was also glad to last week. Last week I was glad to recognize and celebrate with the city and with the city council the 4th of July at our Let Freedom Ring Festival. I'm waiting to hear how many thousands of people were there from the city hall. But, once again, it was great that so many Cerritos residents were there, including visitors to Cerritos who know that that's the place to be in the local area. And it's so great to make it a family event. And I was able to celebrate the Let Freedom Ring with my son and my sister and my niece, and we had a great time. And we got to watch the fireworks once again, and it was a fantastic fireworks show. So I wanted to please make sure to thank you to the hardworking City of Cerritos employees who made that event possible. Thank you to Sherry Titus for her hard work. Thank you to Chelsea for her hard work for the Let Freedom Ring ceremony and the event. And one more thing. Oh, and then I also attended the Whitney High School Club Kaibigan 40th anniversary at the our own Heritage Park. I was proud to be part of the inaugural, to be an inaugural member of the Whitney High School Club Kaibigan, the Filipino club at Whitney High School, which started in 1984, 40 years ago. And it's great that that club has grown and has become such a rooted part of not just Whitney High School, but its members are interconnected with the other Filipino clubs at Cerritos High School and at Gar High School, who they all regularly attend events together. And it was great to have so many longtime Cerritos residents and ABC graduates come together at the Heritage Park this past weekend for that reunion. And one more thing is I just wanted to wish my wife, Wendy, a happy birthday. She's the best wife and the best mom. Today is her birthday. And I also wanted to wish the best, have an awesome adventure to my daughter McKenna, who left for her summer internship in Japan. Wendy and I dropped her off at the airport yesterday. So we're really excited for her. And that's my report.
Thank you. Next, Linda.
I attended the Let Freedom Ring ceremony. It was very well attended. I think there was maybe 20,000 folks in attendance. Lots of game booths, food booths. Entertainment was great. Want to thank Sherry Titus and her department for all the good work that they do, and to Chelsea for putting on a great program. This week on July the 10th, I was at the Metro State of the Agency, and congratulations to Supervisor Janice Hahn on becoming the newly appointed chair of the board. Supervisor Hahn has made safety on our metro trains and buses a top priority for her. And tonight I was also at the Valentine Stan Awards banquet. Thank you, Annie Hilton, to you and your team for putting together a great program. And I've learned there were so many other programs going on at the library, and I hope to be able to catch some of those as well. And thank you to those teen volunteers who said that the reason why they do join is because they want to give back to the community. That's just amazing. That's it.
Thank you. Chung.
Thank you. I attended those events as well. 4th of July, Let Freedom Ring, and the Valentine stand-in. After that, I attended a neighborhood watch for Heritage Park, and then I came straight here. So I'm done with my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Same here. I attended the Let Freedom Ring celebration, Valentine Awards, gave all the kids a certificate and the gifts, and attended the Janice Hahn's newly role as chairwoman for the Metro Board. And that's it. That's my report. With that, we don't have do we have a closed session tonight?
That's correct, Mayor and members of the council. There's no need for a closed session tonight because staff has no update on labor negotiations, so we will just kick this over to the next meeting.
Okay, with that, meeting is adjourned.